This is Arcadia on the River, and we are a luxury living community. We are known for our awesome amenities that we have here, additional to our luxury style cottages. Be sure to come visit us and meet the Arcadia family. We look forward to seeing you soon. Bye guys.
Hello and welcome to GC360, where news comes full circle. I'm Ryan Bauman.
And I'm Zaria Golston, bringing you news from the Georgia College campus all across the Milledgeville community. Coming up on GC360, how Baldwin County schools are dealing with guns and gang activity. Will these new measures eliminate the potential dangers?
And how are students coping with weapons on campus?
And later, Stephen and Avery will have a full report on Georgia College's tennis season.
We begin with a serious issue in the Baldwin County schools, students with guns. GC360's Saskia Lindsay reports on what the school board is doing to combat the problem.
Since October, there have been 3 instances of children bringing guns to school in Baldwin County. 2 were at elementary schools and 1 at the middle school. 1 involved a 3rd grader who had a gun that discharged in a classroom. Following these incidents, Baldwin County has installed metal detectors in schools.
I have the authority as a superintendent to make emergency purchases. And so once the incident happened at Oak Hill, I'm authorizing the emergency purchase, and so I have already placed the order.
Still, parents are worried.
This year it just seems to have, there's so much going on in our community and everything else. I thought about pulling her out and homeschooling her.
County School Superintendent Price told a community forum that she is proposing a ban on students bringing cell phones to schools. The goal would be to disrupt drug deals and gang activity.
What happens in the community comes to your school. If there's a gang problem in the community, that problem comes to your school. If there's a conflict that occurs in the community, it comes to school the next day.
The gang membership is a phenomenon that we're really not used to.
The problem of guns in schools has wider implications.
Sort of a picture of the times that we live in, that a child would consider bringing a weapon into a school.
Oh, it's a sign of the times, unfortunately.
Yeah. I suppose I think about it as a parent and as a sociologist that, like, this is what's going to happen in the culture we've decided to create, and it seems irresistible.
The school board hopes the metal detectors will keep schools safe.
Nothing is 100% foolproof, so we know that. But this is an additional, as I share with our parents, an additional layer of safety that we're putting there, an additional security measure that would at least minimize things from coming into our schools.
Even so, many parents still fear for their children's safety.
Before I send my daughter to school, her and I, we pray every day before.
And it already felt like that risk was there. I think I live with that every day when I drop him off at school.
This is Saskia Lindsay, GC360.
Milledgeville teenagers gathered on Monday to express outrage about school shootings. GC360's Elizabeth Wampler was there and has this report.
Baldwin High School held a Teens Are Talking forum to give young people in Milledgeville a platform to voice their concerns and opinions. These local teens called for action against gangs and violence that they say are plaguing Milledgeville's youth.
Honestly, I mean, if we're just being real for a second, I don't even know if we can stop it. I really don't. And it's terrifying, actually.
I think I can speak for all of us when I say this, but we need help.
But we need to actually open our eyes about what's going on and try to help it and fix it.
The students say young people are joining gangs because they want to feel accepted.
Some join because they're looking for love, some join because they're looking to fit in, and some join because they don't have nothing else to do, and some join because their family is going in. So we can't stop it, but we can help prevent it. We can help control it just a little bit.
Like, majority of the time, kids are either born into it
or they're recruited young, or either they just don't have anywhere else to go, so they have to turn to that.
The students believe that gangs and violence are such a big problem because of poverty and young people have nothing else to do.
Maybe we can just have more things for the youth to do instead of to turn to these things. Maybe we can just have more unity and have more things where we all feel together and where no one's against us.
You see most of the crime and stuff like that happening in the areas that are once again just basically run down. You can basically call it a cry for help. That's basically what it is, because like I said earlier, they just don't have the opportunities or the means or money to be successful. They don't have places to go where they can get help because it's almost like they're isolated in their own community.
The students are calling on the community to come together to help fix this problem.
If we as a people, if we as a community would come together and help each other succeed, then I think definitely the gang violence would go down.
They put our thoughts with their thoughts, we can make a mighty move. But we first have to come together and unite.
We are here trying to make our hometown a better place to live in. We are here trying to get your help because we can't do it by ourselves.
The students hope the Teens Are Talking Forum will spur action against gangs and violence in Milledgeville. This is Elizabeth Wampler, GC360.
Just ahead, is the flu still on the march through Georgia College? We'll have an update.
Also, was it illegal to resell your homecoming ticket? We have the answer for you.
And have you found a place to live next year? If not, stay tuned for what elements you need to check before signing the dotted line. We'll be back after the break.
At the Grove, and we are located directly across the street from the Georgia College dorms, which is within walking distance from the campus. We offer 2 and 3 bedroom apartments here. We have 2 resort-style pools, a 24-hour fitness center. So just take a short stroll across the street from Georgia College and come check us out.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Can you feel the sun?
The Centers for Disease Control reported last week that the flu outbreak has finally started to slow nationwide, but influenza is still a major health risk. Earlier in the semester, when the flu season was at its peak, GC360's Alec Dubois spoke with staff at GCSU to understand just how bad this flu season was and why.
Spring semester, a time period most Georgia College students associate with rainy weather, spring break, and for many, graduation. However, another element of spring semester is the annual flu season, with the CDC announcing on January 16th that the flu was widespread in all 49 continental states. We spoke with Director of Student Health Services Alice Sloper, who explained that everyone should get a flu shot due to the flu strain's ability to mutate and evolve every year.
Apparently this year the strain mutated
even beyond what the scientists thought it would. So that's why the flu shot wasn't totally effective.
Mrs. Loper has stated that in her 27 years of experience at Georgia College, this is the worst flu season she has ever witnessed.
January 24th, we actually diagnosed 43 cases in one day, and that's phenomenal for a campus this size.
To further understand how the flu season has affected students, we spoke to Director of Student Housing, Larry Christensen.
The first day that we came back this semester, we had 14 cases diagnosed just that day. 14 cases in the residence halls in one day. In the last 10 years that I've been here, I don't ever recall that in a month.
To combat the spread of flu in the dorms, extra measures are being taken.
Our custodial staff, we work closely with them, and they're always obviously sanitizing the buildings, but during these heavy flu times, we do extra.
As of February 10th, the number of Georgia College students diagnosed with the flu has risen to over 250, with specialists expecting this year's flu season to drag on into April. For GC360 News, I'm Alec Dubois.
Since that report on February 7th, 35 more students have been diagnosed with the flu, bringing the total to 299. Ms. Loper states that although the flu is certainly past its peak, everybody should still practice caution and cleanliness as the flu is still spreading.
If you've been looking for a place to live off campus next year, you probably have noticed that there are lots of choices. GC360's Isabella Echeverria talked to the Grove, Arcadia, Station on McIntosh, College Station, and Magnolia Park, and has what you need to know about house hunting.
They are all standbys: College Station, Magnolia Park, and the Grove, and the Bellamy. Then there are the new developments, Arcadia. The boulevard is being built and Prospect is currently expanding. Right now it's a buyer's market. Students have a lot of choices. That's because builders believe that the student population at Georgia College will grow. Vice President of Student Affairs, Bruce Hushberger, says that was a miscalculation.
We are the size we're always going to be. We're at 6,000 undergrads. Our mission suggests that we don't want to get any larger because we don't want to give away the sense of personal contact that students and faculty and staff have with one another. And apparently housing developers don't believe that.
That doesn't mean housing isn't expensive. The newest places like Arcadia range in price from $610 to $860 a month. Older rentals go from $525 to $675 per month. Dr. Hushberger gives students some tips on what to do before moving into any apartment.
I would encourage anyone who is considering an off-campus student-focused, at least advertised as a student-focused place, to consider a few things. First of all, find someone who is savvy about construction quality and have them take a look at it. Also check and make sure that they really are only servicing students.
Of course, if you don't want a hassle of looking for private housing, you can always live on campus, but that tends to be more expensive. For GC360, I'm Isabella Echeverria.
Did you wait to get a homecoming concert ticket only to deserve they were sold out? And then, did you find one on Bobcat Exchange to pay an exorbitant price and wonder whether ticket scalping was illegal?
It's not illegal, and so students that elect to come to our office, buy a student discounted ticket for $5 and resell it on Bobcat Exchange, it's something that's a little bit out of our jurisdiction. Because you have a buyer, a seller, it's two individuals engaging in a voluntary transaction.
Myers says Georgia College does not plan on implementing a no scalping rule, but he says that students would like a policy, they say, to work through SGA.
Coming up, a full sports report with a recap of scores.
And then a look at the men's and women's tennis teams and how they've been working on having a winning season.
And an inside look at GC's newest athletes, the esports team. How well are they doing, and where can you find them? All that after the break, so stick around.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back to GC360. I'm Avery Roach.
And I'm Stephen Walters.
And we're here to bring you all you need to know about sports this semester.
It was a busy week for Bobcat Athletics as 6 teams were in action this week. Baseball's 6-game winning streak was snapped on the road against Shorter University on Tuesday. Heading into the 7th inning, Brandon Purcell tied the game at 2 with a sacrifice fly to right field, scoring Logan Maddox, but Shorter took the lead in the bottom of the 7th and held on to win 6-4. The Bobcats will face number 34 ranked USC Aiken on the road in a 3-game series this weekend.
The golf team finished up the St. Leo Invitational on Tuesday, placing 6th among 12 teams. Sophomore Austin Mansilla finished 5th in the tournament, hitting 6 under. Redshirt senior Justin Connolly finished at par and tied for 13th. After notching the 5th spot in the conference, women's basketball competed in the Peach Belt Conference tournament on Wednesday, besting Flagler 62-53 to move on to the semifinals. Senior forward Ala McGriff posted a 21-point game for the Bobcats on offense. Junior Aaron Drynan led the team on defense with 6 rebounds and 2 blocks. The team faces number 1 seeded North Georgia on Saturday.
The softball team won 3 out of 4 games at the 2018 Mid-South Classic tournament over the weekend. Weather forced a postponement of softball's Wednesday's home matches against Albany State, but the 2 teams will meet up on March 29th. The Bobcats travel to Young Harris College this weekend to play doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday.
The men's and women's tennis teams ranked 5th in Valdosta State on Wednesday. The women swept their singles matches to beat Valdosta 7-2. Although the men looked upset, the Blazers, their efforts came up short, losing 6-3. Last week, GC360's own Rhett Jerem caught up with the tennis coach Steven Barsby and players from both teams about their expectations and goals for the season. Coach Barsby oversees both the men's and women's teams.
Tennis season is in full swing, and Coach Steve Barsby has a game plan for the season.
A lot of it is just sort of managing it, with class, with practice, travel, and all that, trying to keep everyone fresh. So, I've been here a while, so we try to do some of the things that have worked in the past. But, just managing and trying to watch them at practice and say, okay, we look a little tired, we'll back off. We look good, we'll go a little harder.
Senior Pedro Esenaro says preparation is vital.
We just work really hard at weights, at practice, running, doing everything we can to win matches. That's all we want.
Coach Barsby talks about the impact the seniors have on the women's team performance.
They've meant a lot to us, for 3 years now, going on 4. They're sort of the chemistry or the bond that holds us together, gets the new girls ready for it and for the grind of the season. With their leadership, I think we're going to do well.
Senior Kristen Jones is excited about the season ahead.
Although it's a new team, we're not really that young of a team, so we've got a lot of experience. The girls are pretty loud. Everyone's pretty excited about this year, so I think that's pretty good.
Both the men and women play Georgia Southwestern on March 3rd at 1 p.m. For GC360, this is Rhett Jerem.
They might be the newest sport on campus, but the Georgia College esports team is experiencing early success this season. The Georgia College esports team defeated Francis Marion University 2-0 on February 23rd, pushing their record to 5-1 on the season. Junior John Bills noted the team's start helped them win.
We played the early game really well, and we team fought really well.
The team sits second in the division behind number 1 North Georgia. freshman Noah Green said they hope to compete for a top 3 spot moving forward.
Team standing. Right now, we are actually doing incredibly well. We're looking to finish either second or third, depending on how the rest of the matches go. There are 2 other teams that are quite good, North Georgia and Augusta, and they've been doing quite well. We've struggled against them.
During Friday's match, the team hosted their first watching party in a separate room. Team manager Victoria Lara said they want to continue viewing parties for future matches.
So we wanted to make it still a really fun experience for people. So that was kind of the idea behind the viewing party and having it on like a big screen, kind of like the Super Bowl. Like when people go to watch a Super Bowl, you get together and you have snacks and you have like games and fun kind of things. And that's really what we want to bring to this.
Viewing party attendee Mariah Ispel said she enjoyed the opportunity to watch the team with others.
I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know, I just enjoyed like having like other people here, because other people here is like, oh, like I've never played this game before. I'm like, oh, it's so much fun.
The game League of Legends is characterized by 2 teams trying to invade and destroy the other team's base. Green said he enjoyed having fans watch them and learn the game.
Having an audience was definitely fun. We didn't really see them, unfortunately, because we're separated, but like we can definitely feel like, oh man, we got the stream watching, everybody make sure we play well. So definitely enjoyed it.
The team faces Lander University on Friday, March 2nd at 8 p.m. in Parkhurst Hall. For GC360 News, I'm Stephen Walters. And after this Friday's face-off with Lander, the team will have 2 more games left in the season.
And that's sports for this week.
Make sure to tune in next week for a full report on the world of sports in Milledgeville. Up ahead, our new entertainment anchors Harley Pope and Jai Fitzgerald take us up close with the new show, Cabaret. Stay tuned.
All right, we're on commercial break, y'all.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Can you feel the sun?
Two Abdels. And I also drank some. I ate a piece of.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
I don't know why I'm laughing. Hey guys, welcome back to GC360 News. I'm Jai Fitzgerald.
And I'm Harley Pope. We are this semester's entertainment news host, and I hope you all have had a wonderful semester so far. The musical Cabaret hit the stage of Russell Auditorium last night, and it is a hit.
The show is directed by GC Theater Chair Karen Berman. Since Harley plays, Helga in the show, I got the chance to go in with GC360's Maddie Sutton and film one of the rehearsals. It was definitely made me excited to see it.
The Georgia College Department of Theater and Dance comes together with the music department to present Cabaret, a musical filled with alluring awareness. The cast and crew of the production have been working extremely hard the past few months to prepare the community for the provocative performances and politics they are going to see. GC360's Jai Fitzgerald interviewed Zoe Vaughn, who plays Fritzy in the musical.
I love the costumes. They're so cute. They really help me embody the character, and so I'm excited to get started for an audience to see everything. Yeah, the hair and makeup is insane. It's so cool.
I like it.
Completely adds to the show.
Also interviewed was Luke Travis.
Who's your character?
I get to play Bobby. I think my favorite part about the show is getting to get in drag and do this number called Two Ladies, where me and another Kit Kat girl get to interact with the MC.
Right, it is so cool.
Yeah.
Mary Mosia, the assistant director of the musical, let us know what we should expect.
Definitely the dance numbers. Most specifically, I think my favorite number right now is Mine Hair. It's all the girls in their chairs and they're really sexy, they look awesome. My favorite part about working on the show is honestly getting to see everyone's progress, and because I'm assistant director, I get to guide them through the process, and just to see where they started and how far they've come is really an awesome experience.
I like that. You're perfect for it. And then last question. What do you want people to expect from the show?
Expect a lot of raunchiness. It's an awesome show. It's really daring, probably one of the most provocative shows we've done thus far, at least in my 4 years here. Also, it's a lot of political commentary of the time, which is World War II Germany time. So expect a lot of history and a lot of raunchy.
For more information on Cabaret, please visit gcsutickets.com. I'm Harley Pope with GC360 News.
Harley, please tell me you have seen Black Panther.
Oh my gosh, of course. The costumes were amazing.
It was so good, so good.
What was your favorite part?
Had to be the waterfall scene, of course.
The waterfall scene, it was beautiful.
Yeah. I don't want to give away too much, but that scene was pretty good.
I know, I heard that it grossed a crazy amount of money. It was it broke records. Do you remember how much it was?
Yeah, it's over 700 million right now.
That's
worldwide.
Insane.
Yes,
Wow.
internationally. It's crazy.
It really broke records, and it's continuing to do amazing.
I know.
If you haven't seen it, you need to go see it.
And did you know that this is Marvel's first movie that was filmed by an African-American director?
Wow, we're
Crazy.
making changes in the world. I love that. Wow, that's so awesome. Make sure you go see this movie. It's amazing. And next up, we have our newest segment of the semester, our Local Corner.
Adrian Gardner is here to reflect about Black History Month. Here's Adrian and Local Corner.
For most of the time since the United States declared independence in 1776, Black history wasn't something that was noted or celebrated. But in 1926, historian and Harvard PhD Carter Woodson called for a Negro History Week to be celebrated in February. He chose the week of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass's birthdays. Following the civil rights movement of the 1960s, President Gerald Ford proclaimed Black History Month in February 1976. Every president has done the same since. Black History Month is a time where everyone reflects on Black excellence from the past up to the present. We celebrate people from George Washington Carver and Martin Luther King to Maya Angelou and Beyonce. And we even acknowledge our fallen heroes such as Sandra Bland and Trayvon Martin. Even here at Georgia College, we have our very own Black Student Alliance, and they've done some activities this month to help celebrate Black history. One activity was called Getting to the Heart of Black History. Here, members of BSA made Valentine's Day cards to African American heroes who've contributed to African American history and culture. What examples of Black excellence do you want to highlight? I'd like to hear from you. Tweet me at GC360, and I'll see you next week. From now, let's go back to the news desk.
That's it for news here at GC360. When we're not on air, we keep you up to date on our social media pages and our website, GC360news.com. I'm Ryan Bauman.
And I'm Zaria Golston, always available to you. GC360, where news comes full circle.
Sorry, I think we killed it.
I know we did. This first show
looking
was
pretty
immaculate.
fresh today, aren't we?
Thank you. We coordinated.
Yeah, we did.
It was beautiful.
Rocking the pink. I got it at the Belk.
My mom.
Belk, the official department store of GC360.
Oh yes.